10 Commandments of Baseball. You are listening to The Competitor's Brain. This is Lauren Fox. This is episode number 21. And today we're going to talk about the 10 Commandments of Baseball. So Joe McCarthy, legendary Hall of Fame manager, wrote down his 10 Commandments of Baseball. These are things that he wanted his players to follow in order to become the best possible players they could. So number one, nobody ever becomes a ball player by walking after a ball. Hustle after everything that you do. We do a pretty good job with that. We chase foul balls. We certainly hustle on and off the field, but nobody becomes a ball player by walking after a ball. Number two, you will never become a 300 hitter unless you take the bat off your shoulder. Well, that's obvious. If you don't swing the bat, guess what? You're not going to get any hits ever. You're going to wind up getting called out on strikes a fair amount, but you're not going to become a 300 hitter unless you have the mindset that you are going to swing, that you are going to take the bat off your shoulder. Number three, if what you did yesterday still looks big to you, you haven't done much today. Every day is a new chance to prove yourself. So you need to look at that like that and not bask too long in the glory of your past successes or wallow too long in your past failures for that matter. Number four, keep your head up and you may not have to keep it down. And that means walk tall, walk with confidence, keep your head up, be proud of who you are, and you may not have to keep it down. And by keeping it down, think about what you look like when your head's down. You're ashamed. And if you keep your head up, you may not have to keep it down. You may not have to feel shame. Number five, when you start to slide. He who changes his mind may have to change a good leg for a bad one. Think about one of my favorite players when I was a kid, a guy named Pedro Guerrero for the Dodgers. Couldn't figure out how to slide into third base. One day in spring training, he blew out his knee trying to slide into third base. He changed his mind on sliding. So when you start to slide. Number six, do not alibi on bad hops. Anybody can feel the good ones. This goes with anything. If you are in a situation where you can succeed or fail, you can either be accountable for it, or you can take responsibility for it, or you can blame something else. Blame the weather, blame the field, blame you name it. But do not alibi on bad hops. Anybody can field the good ones. Number seven, always run them out. You never can tell. That's what you guys hear me yell at you in the first base coach's box. Number eight, never quit. That's pretty self-explanatory. Number nine, do not find too much fault with the umpires. You cannot expect them to be as perfect as you are. Again, control the controllables. And number 10, a pitcher who hasn't control hasn't anything. So if a pitcher can't command the strike zone, if a pitcher can't throw the pitches that he wants to throw at the right time that he needs to throw them, well, he doesn't have anything at that point. And these are the 10 commandments from a legendary manager who he's a Hall of Famer. He was the first manager to win pennants with both National and American League teams. And he was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1957, won 100 games 6 times. So he is a guy who is in the Hall of Fame for a reason. And those are 10 commandments worth following.